Hello, welcome back to another video. Right, so we're out here in the shed. We're just about to shell our shrimps. Okay, we had these the other day, so we're just going to start shelling. There is a video up on the channel of me shelling shrimps, but I've not put one up for quite a while. So I'll just give you a little rundown of how I do it. So I've got my shrimps here. Okay, I've taken them straight out of the fridge. So once these have all been riddled and cooked, so these ones are actually cooked at the minute, okay? So we're going to shell all those out for the meat. I've got my little bag, my bucket with my bag in, okay? And it's just at the right height for when I do the shells, and obviously I've got my bowl there for my meat. I've cleaned the surface down with my Dettol, I've got Dettol spray, okay, so that's all clean. And obviously the bacteria that could be on the table can turn the meat on the shrimps pretty quick. Because being shellfish, you have to be careful with it. So I'll just take a few shrimps out at a time. Put a few there, okay, and I'll give you a little rundown of how we shell them. So I'll pop those there. I've got more shrimps to do as well. So right, so the way we shell the shrimps, okay, let's get them. We managed to get ourselves a little prawn as well. Look, a big prawn. Well, I say a big one. A prawn. Right, so the way we shell a shrimp, okay, so you hold your head and your tail, and you pull it off. So that's the tail, and there's the meat there, and you just pull that out, okay? So you've got three parts of your shrimp: head, tail, and meat. Head, tail, and meat, okay? These are known as husks, shrimp husks. You can put them back into like a cream to make the shrimp cream, okay, because there's still plenty of juice in these, loads of them, loads of juice, okay, so you could actually use the shells to use it as like a stock of some sort. So again, with that one, pull the shell off, out, meat done, and you just put your shells in, and once you get going on them, you can really get going. So it takes a lot of practice, okay, it's not something that you pick up in 5 minutes. Just a bit of music in the background as well, just helps you out, pick up the speed slightly, just because you don't want them out the fridge too long. Obviously with it being shellfish, they can turn pretty quick, and obviously with the bacteria and stuff in the air, so you want to get them done as quick as you can and get them in the fridge. So again, all I'm doing is I'm just squeezing the head slightly, pulling the tail off, a slight pinch on the head. You don't want to give it a real good squeeze, so you just pull the head off, because obviously they're dead, so the head's just literally just floppy there, so you want to try and keep it as much as possible. So pull the tail, as I pulled the tail, I just gave it a slight squeeze, and the meat should just pop out like that. There you go, there's your shrimp meat, okay, very tasty. I'll give you a little insight of how I boil my shrimps as well, for those people that are wanting to start doing a bit of shrimping. So get yourself if you're doing it inside the house, okay, so you want to bring your fresh water, and you want to put about, depending on the size of the pan, you want to put about 200 grams of salt, okay, to every 2 litres or 3 litres of water. I'd say 3 litres of water, okay, because the salt, when it comes up to the boil on the thing, it helps harden the shells out and they shell out easier, okay. So that's just an average. That's, you know, you don't have to like weigh out 200-300 grams of salt, just as a guess, because it doesn't really matter, to be fair, but it just helps harden the shells up. So you bring your water up to the boil, okay. You can either put it in when it's boiling as a rapid boil, or just before boil, okay. So when you put them in, you turn your water down to a simmer, okay, like a between low and medium, okay, and then you just allow the water to come up on the boil. Once it comes up to the boil, I like to knock it back down with some cold water, okay, not touching the heat at all. Don't touch the heat once it's down. So once it comes up to the boil, knock it back down with cold water and allow it to come back up again. Once it's back up and boiling, turn the heat off, take them out, and then what you want to do is you want to just obviously pick any bits of weed or leaves or anything like that that you've got in them, pick them out, and then just allow the air to cool them. If you've got any bits of fish or anything like that within them, just give them a little swill over with water, fresh water, and then just let them air dry. Okay, but obviously don't leave them in direct sunlight, because the sunlight will spoil them straight away, because it will just warm up and the shrimps will spoil. So that's how I tend to do it, and as you can see, these are picking out lovely. There's no issue at all with these. So that's the process that I follow for anyone that is wanting to go and catching shrimps. So yeah, that's that. I've just literally recently got a new GoPro, hence why I've not put videos up for a while, because the GoPro that I had decided to not turn on one day. So obviously I've managed to get another one and start putting some more videos back up again. So you get some that are soft, that have started shelling out. I'll find one now. So you get some that just break in half as well. So this one's soft. So like a lobster and stuff and a crab, because it's a shellfish, they shell out to allow their bodies to grow. Not always, but these do sometimes come out alright. Other times they just break up and the shell just goes dead. So that one's come out alright. So we're lucky with that one. But yeah, it's a very time consuming job. It's not a 5-minute job. So a couple of weeks ago there I had 33 pounds of these to shell out. So that was the best trip I'd had. Sadly I didn't have a GoPro to be able to get it on, because the last video I put up, that was the first trip out that I'd had with the GoPro. I think the last one I put up was back in winter when we put the nets out. So yeah, obviously it broke then, but the shrimps are in season now. Time for go shrimping. Okay, you've got springtime. You go through to April, May, June, and then they die off, and then they move back in August, September, October. Best time for catching shrimps is October. In the middle of October, okay, because obviously the shrimps have grown, they've shelled out, they've managed to spawn, so they've got the size there, so you don't have a lot of bycatch. With the bycatch, you get your little fish, and you get a lot of your smaller ones going through. If you have a look at the video prior to this one, you'll actually see the amount of small stuff that goes back in the bucket, back through the riddle. That obviously all goes back to the seed to grow again. But if you go earlier on in the year, you get 2-3 times as much as that, and you don't want the smaller stuff. So if you allow them to grow a bit more, you'll get a better catch and a better yield of shrimps. So that's the best time to go, October. But you can fish September. You just end up getting a lot more small, and it's more effort than what it's worth, really. So yeah, that's your times. That's the times of the years to go. After boiling, just get your boiler on the go when you get in. Cooking the shrimps as well, forgot to mention. Also need to make sure that the shrimps are alive when they go in. Give them a little swill off with some cold water, literally just before you put them in the boiler. If you do it, if you leave them in fresh water, the fresh water will kill them and they will shell out bad. They won't shell, they'll go slimy, and it'll just be wasteful. So just give them a quick dunk to get any excess sand on them, because you will get a lot of sand. If you think you've got the sand off them, you haven't, because it all gets stuck in between all this bit here. So just give them a little swell off and then chuck them straight in the water, bang, done. It's very quick, and then obviously you get a better yield of shrimps. So yeah, that's that. We're hoping to get some more trips in on the shrimps. So there should be some more videos coming up. Now we've managed to get ourselves a nice camera. So this one's a better camera than what I had before. So hopefully the picture is better. It looks a little bit better. It's what we've got here, a 4K Ultra HD. So it's I think the other one was just HD or 4K. I can't quite remember. But it's a good little camera. It works well. It's not an expensive one, doesn't need to be, because you can get the same sort of things from a 150k quid camera that you can on a £300 camera. So it's not, don't need to spend loads of money on them. For those people that are new to the channel, do have a little look around on the channel. There's plenty of stuff on netting and shrimps. For those people that want to try netting, if you do, make sure you check with your local authority first to check that you can actually do that, whether it be shrimping or setting nets out, long lines, etc. If you need any relevant permits, speak to your councils, because they're the ones that will give you the best advice. It's always best to be above the law and be above what needs to be, because then you save yourselves any mider. You don't get any gear taken off of you or out like that. It's not worth it. So that's basically the rundown of that. Yeah, if there's any questions, I'll try my absolute best to answer them. So yeah, I'm just gonna shell these shrimps out now, and as you can see, just by chatting away, I've managed to get a few done. That one's broken, so yeah, I got a few done there. They're very tasty. I'll just freeze them down in vacuum packs. You can freeze them in carrier bags and sandwich bags and stuff. They don't have to be vacuum packed, but if you do get your shrimps and you catch them, you want to get them peeled on the day or within 3 days of catching them. These are 2 days old, these, so I'm quite happy to do these. But as soon as you start getting a funny smell on them, you don't really want to risk it really, because they're shellfish. It's not the best sort of seafood to start messing around with funny smells and stuff. So you just get them gone in the bin. So yeah, 2 days, 3 days maximum on the shrimps, and then after that I'd certainly discard of the shrimps. Right, as you can see here, I've just got a load of husks. That's all the heads and the tails, and obviously all the meat's in there. It's a very time consuming job. I can do about £2 an hour of these. Just if you get real good peelers, £2 an hour, no problem. But the time can vary with what you do, whether you get distracted or whether but if you're on a good run, you're not messing around with them, you can get easily £2 an hour. But as I say, it's a very time consuming job. Yeah, if you are new to the channel, just check it out, have a little look round. Remember to hit that subscribe button and share it with your fellow fishing friends or your fellow friends that might be interested in this sort of stuff. I only catch for myself. I catch to eat. So as you can probably be aware, I enjoy seafood. Enjoy catching it and cooking it and so on and so forth, filleting. So yeah. On that note, I'll have a bit of a pick here, and I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you very much for watching the video, and stay tuned for future videos on the channel. Okay, thank you, take care, bye bye.